All right, take number 2. Keep me anonymous on this request. Greetings, boomer to be. You've mentioned you not having enough time to do a Clary original. I don't throwing some shackles your way to do one. You don't mind throwing my shackles way to do one? Entire words are missing. You can any topic you want that you have in mind. If you don't have a topic in mind, feel free to use the following topic below if you like it. Topic: children are the true legitimate victims. I would love to talk about that because it's true. And kids are about the only innocent. And I have a very Nicholas Wolfwood approach to children. They're the only ones worth saving. The rest of you could just get hit by nuclear bombs as far as I'm concerned. Kids are about the only innocent ones. Even then, some of them are kind of pricks. But anyway, so I decided I have a list of Clary originals. You go back in the day, I used to just vent and rant on the internet, and I have originals. They're all mine. Then questions came in. Asshole Consortium was born, so I rarely get to originals. So here's an original one. This is usually in the context of ballless fuckwit wonder men. And I am slamming on you. Who marry into Asian families. And I don't mean Asian American. I mean, they go overseas, usually a mail order bride situation, or they just go overseas and they find a foreign bride. And it was always in the context of debunking this myth that if you went overseas and you got there's traditional culture. It's like, no, there's different cultures, and is with everything in physics and the law of the world and the law of the universe and economics, there is balance in everything. And it was not as simple as, oh, you just go overseas and yeah, there's where all the hot, really nice traditional gals with big boobs are. It doesn't work that way. In Russia and Ukraine, like all of them are scams. They're money-making scams or immigration scams to get in there. I have a guy, he's a friend of mine. He is on either his third or fourth mail order or Ukrainian Russian bride. Every girl before him at least took him half down. And I think 3 of the 4 or 2 of the 3, the majority of them brought some unknown kid that was never in the picture before. And they got that, I think twice the day they got the green card, they divorced them. And I just got, why you just go, this is before seeking arrangement. I'm like, just pay for it, man. Because you're paying for it now a lot more than if, and you'd have variety and he wanted a little something wrong with them. So there's where the balance is there. And then, but more commonly in Asia, Asian culture, more traditional, women are more demure. And that may all be true, but the drawback there is every one of those women wanting to send money back home to their parents because they don't love you. They love their parents more. That's what it is. And a lot of them, they just are there to take your money. Like they're sending their daughter out like, yeah, you go get money from that dumb American. Which is why some of the more savvy guys say, if you go there, you don't bring them back. You stay there. I hope you like the Philippines. I hope you like Laos. I hope you like Burma. And you stay there. And even then, they'll still expect, well, you got to give money to the family. The fuck we do. The fuck we do. And that's something I'd like to debunk. This myth is that you marry into her family, both in what has commonly been Occidental Oriental wedding, where the guy's Occidental and the woman is Oriental. Although not so much in Japan. I don't think that happens in Japan, but certainly the second and third world developing nations it has. And then also in the Western, purely Occidental sense. So let's start with the Asian American marriage. All right. You guys are ballless pussies, frankly. Okay. I'm already a little suspect of people that go for the mail order bride or go overseas. I'm not saying don't do it. That's fine. But I'm like, okay, all right, I understand. Maybe you will find, and there's an argument to be made. But then you're such cucks and such pussies. You're like, you literally pay their parents, whether the woman comes over here or not. And I've seen that happen too, where the woman is over here. Like, you have to send her parents money. That's just their culture. Well, I guess why they're a second world shithole, huh? I guess what? They're eating insects out of the banana trees for their protein. Is that it? Is that why they got to send their daughters overseas to marry you, to have sex with you, so you send them money? Wow, what a great freaking culture. Sure, that's all for women's rights. That's not quasi-indentured servitude. And so it's, to me, I'm just like, no. And I had a video yesterday about this. I'm like, what was it? What was it about? He wanted to know if he should date single moms, divorced moms, same thing. And it was this, it wasn't conscious, but it was this premonition. But what if she says she wants to move in or expects me to take care of her kid? I'm like, you say no? And I'm like looking under this. And I had to look under my mouse. Hang on. I got to look. I might. Well, it's not under the blanket. Not under the pillow. Not under the lamp. Hang on. You know what? I'm not going to find it. I'm just trying to find where your fucking balls are, guys. Where you say, no. What obligation do you have? Is the power of pussy really that strong that you guys will send money to complete fucking strangers that are not your own family? Dude, I don't really care about, I'm not going to support my own family. The fuck if I'm going to support someone else's? And then, well, she's got a vagina attached. Do you just cut off your balls? Like, oh, she might want me to pay for some other guy's kid. What should I do? And I'm like, I got to answer this question. Guys, have a little bit of self-fucking respect and say no. No. I'm not. You could come here. I like you. You're the gal I'm interested in. And fuck your mom and fuck your dad. I guess they shouldn't have had you if they can't afford. If parent, I don't care what culture you're from. If parents have to rely to essentially quasi pimp out their daughters to get fucking money, maybe you had more kids than you could afford. And maybe we end it by saying no to that culture. Huh? Yeah, this crazy idea. Do you want that? And it's always this timid, like, well, you know, it's their culture. I gotta send the back. No, you don't. It's called the word no. But then she might leave you. Then you should have gotten married in the first place. Now, if you got married and you're in the United States, bad move, Jeans. Bad move. I mean, because then you're screwed. Because then she will. I guess that's the situation a lot of you guys find yourself in. They know enough about the U.S. marriage law. You don't bring them here. You don't bring them here. Because now I guess you do. Because what? She's going to divorce you, take half anyway. Huh? Except instead of kids, you got a family back in whatever. Curzon, or what's the name of that city? Yeah, I got like something there. So no, you don't have to do anything. For God's sake, before the United States turns the lights out permanently, can you guys just say fucking no? Can you just turn a girl down? But Aaron, she got the pussy. She's a girl, sir. I got a girl. No, you are renting a girl from her parents. So you tell her no. Cry, whine, bye. Slow boat to China. Have fun. Toodles. You can use that, or you could say toodles. They may not know. It's a little higher end. But for those of you that are married, no, well, you know, that's their call. Fine. If that's what you got to tell yourself at night because you married for pussy and you're paying for it, fine. I don't care. Fine. My books and my consultation only help those, you know, when they're young and haven't screwed up predominantly. Or unless you're wanting, you know, you fucked up. And then you're like, oh, yeah. And then it's like, yeah, what do you want me to tell you? Good old Juan. So that's the Asian thing or whatever cultural. They need me to say. And that happens in the former Soviet bloc too, by the way. I know another guy. Oh, God. I need more money. I need money. I had another guy who had a gal in Egypt. I guess look. The word's out, guys. To all you American men, the word's out. You're just a bunch of cucks. You're a bunch of easy marks. Okay? The world knows that the women aren't exactly the nicest or kindest here, and they're kind of fat. Not kind of. They're disgustingly fat and obese. All right? And they may not have the best food over them for, may not have a lot of food, but at least they're thin. And they know what men want, but they know you guys are such easy marks. They dangle that little pussy in front of you like, oh, I send you money. Okay. Well, we are boyfriend and girlfriend. I've seen her. I had one guy go to a former, I can't say which country. He cashed in, he took a mortgage out on his house. He cashed out his retirement, and he kept giving this girl money. This guy was like in his late 50s. This guy was 26. And you could just see it. It's like, oh my gosh, you're from the Wazeze. You know exactly what you're doing. You are completely West. You know exactly what you're doing. And she kept needing more money, more money, more money. And when he went to visit her, she'd only let him visit for like a couple days. And I'm like, wow, man. I've seen some gals where I'm like hubba, but I ain't ever gonna get mortgage my house for one. Long day finally saw her after like 6 months, and they were going to get married, and then they got married, but he couldn't stay there, and she couldn't come to the United. She had this. I'm like, dude, she's doing this to a bunch of different guys, and there's this, Slavic mafia guy taking a 50% cut, and you dopey ass cucks of America. Oh, but she's a pretty girl, and she like me very much. I'm in love. I've literally had people. My wife is over. Well, where the fuck is she? Oh, she's still over there. Her parents won't let her leave. So that's where you don't have to meet the family. Say no. Then there's the American version or the Western version where it's within the country with a local, with a Native American, not an Indian American person. It could be an Indian American, but an American who's born and raised in the United States. Where, you're not just marrying me, you're marrying my family. You're not just marrying her, you're marrying your family. And I've heard that enough. I'm like, that's fucking funny because my family doesn't tell me jack fucking shit what to do. And the rare motherfucking piece of shit boomers, because I got quick to the jive on this one. I got hip to it real quick. Where, like, I was an adult, the girl was an adult, and then the dad would say, well, she needs to be back. And I said, well, she'll be back when I get her back. And you could see him get pissed off. Like, what are you going to do? Your daughter, I didn't say this, but it's like, you're not telling me what to do. You're going to assume, man, your daughter's going to make your own decisions. And I've ran into this within the handful of long-term relationships I've had where I want you to meet the family. Okay. And the dad, oh God, the number of stories of boomer dads. And I knew it. I don't know how I knew this early about it. I think maybe my intense hatred for boomer bosses, which were predominantly male, just maybe have an agitation. Because also, you know what it was? It was also that these daughters were raised for shit. And I had enough crap. I'm like, well, my parents didn't do shit in preparation for me. These girls are coming off the assembly line all fucked up, standing me up. They're still living at home. I'm like, I had no respect for elders by that. And teachers probably had a huge, like, fuck you. I mean, really, just shut the fuck up. But the number of father boomers that, oh, are you gonna flex your muscle? Are you gonna have a talk? I remember picking up one girl one time, and I'm just waiting, like, oh, you like this? Like, and he had a collection of gumball machines, which was cool. Oh, gumball machine, that's kind of cool. Yeah, this is my gumball collection. And here, you want to see my gun collection? I'm like, sure. Yeah, I like this one. He's handling his pistol, he's aiming it, like, really, this is a takeoff man's head. I'm like, oh, that's good. And they're like, are you into guns? I'm like, no, not really. I got a gun, but yeah. Anyone hurts my daughter, da. I was in the military. I'm like, oh, really? What branch? He says the Air Force. I say, oh, they let you have guns there? Fuck you. Fuck you, boomer parents. Fuck you, boomer dads. And you boomer, just shut up. Go away. Just go make a pie. Get the fuck out of here. But in general, in the instances where I've ran in, I was supporting myself. I didn't rely on my parents. Maybe the girls I was dating relied on me. They had to listen, or maybe they were still emotionally attached, whatever. But I'm like, no, parents don't tell me anything. My own, but especially anybody else's. They don't even have the bloodline. And I didn't need money because I supported myself. So I always found it just highly entertaining and cherishable. Where I'd walk in and, oh, you're still living on the parents said, oh, yeah, we'd like her back. I'm like, well, I can't guarantee that. I'll try to make sure we get her back at a certain time. And just, well, where are you going to take her? I'm like, yeah, we're going to go salsa dancing. Oh, okay. I'm not going to be out too late. I'm like, we might close the place down. I'll get her back. Don't worry. And then this, oh, you got to consider it. No. And here's the reason why, man. Okay. You never marry her family. And you need to make it very, 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 very fucking clear to her that you and her are your own thing. Slave cannot serve two masters, not to indicate she's going to be a slave, but she's either wedded and committed to you or she's wedded and committed to her family. And if she's wedded and committed to her family, you will be the slave. You will be the dupe. You will pay second fiddle. Okay? And so when she goes, oh, my baby, fine, go deal with you. I at the same time, you have to be obviously, let them go hang out with the family. Be very just, be honorable. Yeah, go with your family. Go, I don't know. Do you want to come out? No. Fuck no. My mom doesn't like it. Oh, too bad for her. You make it, and not only do you make it clear to the girl you're dating, possibly marrying, possibly committing to, make it very clear to the family. And I don't know if it's the way I carry myself, or maybe nowadays, people Google or whatever, but somehow maybe I just gave off the vibe. Don't fuck with this guy. He's not going to fall for your bullshit. I don't know what it is, but I've never had that problem. And if it ever came up where, well, my family, I'm like, yeah, well, that's too bad for your family. I mean, you could go deal with it, but you and I are a thing. We're going off on our own. We're going to start our own family. We are going to be our own family. That's very rare, if ever. I think I've always said that to one gal. But when you are going to get committed, when you are going to get married, you and your wife are your own separate family. And these gals, man, they go back to their moms. And I saw an entire family reunion destroyed because the girl's mom was being a grade A Kuantahaha. And what the girl needs to say is, fuck you, mom. I'm doing this myself. And if you ever want to be a part of it, you've got to be able to walk away. But as the man, the husband or the boyfriend or whatever, you don't marry the family. Hopefully you get along with the family. Hopefully the family is very nice, but you're dating the girl for her, not her family. The family has zero fucking % to do with your relationship. Make sure the seas are calm. Don't rock the boat. A great way to not rock the boat on family gatherings on the girl's side is not to attend them. A lot of time, women, sorry, ladies, you're just weaker than men emotionally, psychologically, especially when your mom and dad are being assholes and lording things over you. Sometimes you got to support them, say, yeah, well, I had one gal. Mom was a grade A bitch, grade A psychopath, a truly abusive, vile woman. And I'd say, well, I guess your mom can fuck off, huh? And then they kind of like it because deep down inside they know their mom is an abusive grade A Kawanta, and you're the one seeing you're the knight in shining armor. Sometimes it plays to your advantage. But in terms of you and your girlfriend or your wife or your fiance or whatever, early and on, we are together. We are a family. I don't give a shit what they say, what they say, what they say, and what they say. And I don't care if they are your parents or my parents or God himself. We're doing this because we choose to. And so this canard, this lie that you marry into the family, that's because you didn't manage your girlfriend well, or you didn't pick the right girl. The girl either commits to you, loves the family, but commits to you. And if the family tries to, it's so rude where the family tries to intervene into your relationship and your finances especially. That mom gets her little finger. What about that? You take a fucking katana and chop that bitch's finger off. Say, get the fuck out of here. And you have, and dude, if you get those, not feminist, but power kind of traumatic moms, you show them down. You say, lady, shut the fuck up. I'm not going to do a goddamn, you just show them down like, yeah, what are you going to do about it? You don't give me money. I don't need your money. All right. You're not going to tell your daughter what to do. All right. She's her own independent person. Sometimes you got to fight down them. Sometimes you have to slay the dragon. Right? But you don't marry into the family. You don't. You do your own thing. And if you want to, I could find your balls somewhere else. If you want to lose your balls, well, you marry into the family, you got to spend the money. Good luck to you. Good luck. Good fucking luck. Enjoy being miserable and playing second fiddle and being used. So there. That's why I want to talk. There's my Clary original. You guys happy? Yeah. QB Film Room, a new guy, $5. Aaron, what if all the females are obnoxiously irritating feminists? Well, hang on. I don't know if I went over this well enough, but give me a second. Okay. PowerPoint presentation. It's called no. You say no. I don't know. Does that say on to you guys? Does that say no? It looks like no to me. It will ruin your life if you stay, right? Yes. What if all the females are obnoxiously irritating? What, all of her female relatives? You get her away from that. Yeah, she could still hang out with her sister. I'm not saying you take her away from her family. You're just like, I'm not going to hang out with your family. If you come back with any of that feminist bullshit that your sisters are spewing, you're done. We are done. But you should have this figured out before you get married. Again, I can't help the 58-year-old white dude who paid for Ursula over in Kiev to come over and marry him at the age of 32 with her 3 rat bastard children she didn't mention that she had. But you know, the gal it should be obvious. She's like, no, I want to be with you. Okay, cool. No, I understand you got sisters. Yeah, I understand. No, go hang out. There's no family that's perfect. Everyone has eccentricities and flaws. Absolutely. But if she starts coming in spouting that feminist bullshit, bye. Bye. I mean, it's evidence she's not listening or putting you number one. It will ruin your life if you stay, right? Yeah. Yeah. If she doesn't look, you could have a family of Marxists and then the gal is the one who's like, fuck this shit. I want traditional life. I've met a couple gals like that. A couple guys too. He's like, forget this. I'm out of here. There are good people that can come from dysfunctional or bad families. As long as it's like, no, the family has no say over this. But increasingly so, there's no reason to get married. I mean, really, just don't get married. It's a simple solution. Kevin McComber for $5. Use good debt to buy assets. Don't use bad debt to buy liabilities. Debt isn't bad if leveraged correctly to make more money. Thank you, Kevin. Don't know what that has to do with the topic at hand, but thank you for your $5. Is that it? There you go. Okay. Questions, answers, astroconsulting.com. Let's, like Pee Wee Herman. No, that says on. No. Let's use that word today, boys and girls. Boys, it's called no. Women don't like it, but it'll save your ass. All right, we'll see you guys later. Toodles.